In January 2017, myself, Kev Harris and Jonny from the Ski Club of Great Britain had an amazing trip to the Austrian Tirol. We explored 4 resorts, and best of all, we got to explore with the locals. It was the most genuine way to experience the resorts and get an idea of what each one had to offer a couple of keen Brits like us. We kicked things off in the medieval town of Kitzbühel. We'd heard that it's the most beautiful ski town in Europe, and it didn't take us long to see why. The pedestrianised town centre finds itself surrounded by a valley of the most spectacular mountains. It's also won multiple awards for the best preparation of the ski area, including the lifts.
So here we are, safely made it to Kitzbühel, and even with heavy snowfall from Innsbruck Airport, still only took about 90 minutes to get here. That's one of the great things about the resort. It is a quick transfer. Quick scoot up the hill then to the hahnenkamm barn, and hopefully there's a couple of guys up there who are going to be able to show me around.
We met 2 awesome guys, Philip and Lucas, who've both grown up in the neighbouring town of Jockberg.
I'm Philip Randa, I'm 20 years old. I'm ski instructor for about 12 years.
I'm Lucas, I'm 18 years old. Love the snow, love the mountains. It's great.
Here is Jockberg. It's the next town, a small town, but it's all in one ski area.
Okay.
Kitzbühel, Jockberg, Aurach. So it's quite big ski area.
After heading up the hahnenkamm barn, we skied straight over to the start of the famous hahnenkamm race course. The course was being prepared for the iconic and historic race that was due to take place later that weekend.
What is it about the hahnenkamm that makes it so special? Why is this the one that everyone wants to win?
Because it's the shadow side of the mountain, so it's really icy all the time, and it's really the steepest race. And after 3 seconds, you got about 110 kilometers an hour. Just after the start, and then just the struggle begins now.
There are around 150,000 people only in this small city town. They come all here to watch this one race, so it's the feeling is great. Why is it so special? I think it's pretty the hardest race in the world. It's crazy. It's super icy. It's super steep. I don't know how to explain it.
Here you can see the finish jump. Normal people would never jump here because we're not that fast enough. But it's great, and it's really spectacular at the end.
And you make it to the bottom and the crowd go wild.
Yeah, they go crazy. Only when an Austrian came down.
After checking out the race course, we set off to explore the rest of the resort and the huge amount of terrain. It's a place perfect for intermediate skiing.
Wrong lift.
Rule number 1. Always stay behind the guys that are leading you.
Tourists.
So we're all pretty happy, first run done, and you get back to the bottom of the lifts. I guess as you'd expect for a Sunday morning, but with an 8-man heated chair, it moves pretty quick. The heated seats, Lucas, are off the chart, aren't they?
Yeah.
I am warm.
Nearly every lift got heated seats.
Nearly every lift's got heated seats. That's amazing. So this is pretty awesome. We're now going to get over to Jockberg, but we're not skiing there. We're taking a series of lifts called the 3S. At their highest point, when we're dangling over the valley, we're going to be about 400 metres off the valley floor, up on the lift. To be honest, I don't know what I'm expecting here.
I hope some wind, that it bounces a bit around.
Yeah, I don't hope for wind. I hope for it to be dead steady.
There's square meter glass in the bottom, as on the ground.
Oh, so you can look down. That's a golden lift. What do you expect from Kitzbühel? So it's just awesome up here because almost everywhere you look, it's like the resort just goes on and on and on. And you're blown away by the size of the mountains here and the views here. And you live here, you're a lucky man.
It's a town.
Absolutely awesome morning with the guys. We came over from Kitzbühel to Jockberg. We stopped for a coffee in a restaurant that was over 100 years old, maybe even 200 years old, typical Austrian farmhouse. And we've come up here for lunch, and This place has loads of Austrian charm, but it's brand new and the food's supposed to be excellent.
Lunch was amazing, but we didn't have too long to sit around. This was a ski trip after all, and Philip knew exactly where we should be heading next.
We got to Steinberg-Kogel now, really good spot.
And the guys are just knocking it out of the park. We're finding untracked powder yards from the piste and there's not a soul here. It's awesome. We have the run to ourselves.
Yeah. Great run here.
Straight round.
The intention then was to check out the park, but the heavy snowfall meant that it was closed. So that left us with the only option: an epic powder run all the way down to Jockberg. At the end of the run, and with tired legs, we jumped on a bus and headed back to Kitzbühel. Although Kitzbühel isn't known for its après, there are still a handful of bars with good beer and a friendly atmosphere. Would have been rude not to after such a good day on the hill. After a couple of beers, we changed into some normal clothes and bumped into just the right person who invited us to join him on a tour of the historic town to learn everything you could possibly know about Kitzbühel.
I'm born in Kitzbühel. My name is Peppi. This is a nickname of Joseph. And Peppi, everybody knows Peppi. So we have a history of the last 100 years in the winter sport, touristic the last 1,000 years, because across over Kitzbühel there was a route to Venice from the north to the south.
You can be forgiven for thinking that night skiing is a new invention, but forget about it. Those lights up there have been there since 1955. Kitzbühel knows a thing or two about entertaining tourists, let me tell you.
And so if you are a guest in Kitzbühel, so you're coming home. You're coming from your home and you are coming home for holiday. That's a nice feeling.
So this tour with Pepe is absolutely awesome. We're learning loads about the city and this man is on point. But check this out, I knew I felt at home here. This place is called the Harris Hotel. I'm practically Austrian.
Although the resort may be thought of as an expensive, luxurious place to ski, we found that it prefers to label itself as a second home for vacationers. It wants everyone who visits to feel like they've lived there for years. To top off our time in Kitzbühel, we got a taxi to the Hotel Tennerhof for an incredible Austrian gourmet meal. This is the place where reportedly Ian Fleming wrote his first short 007 story. Kitzbühel is a place that screams sophistication, quality, luxury and experience. It's no surprise they've been welcoming tourists here for years.
What makes Kitzbühel an awesome place to live? The people around here. It's home. It's just home.